Ah. All right, family. Black Power. Black Power is the true power with General Sarah soon said he kicked back. Get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. I'm excited and delighted to be accepting members to not only the Sarah soon said YouTube page, but General Seti YouTube page, two dynamic powerhouse institutions on YouTube, giving you nothing but black power, black divinity. You should subscribe immediately. Don't even hesitate. Hit the subscribe button. That's right. We got memberships for the family. We just loading up the treasure chest of exclusive material. All you have to do is click that link right down in the video description in the chat. You'll get a video introduction rundown on the memberships, what they entail. You see one you like, you should most definitely join. Even if you don't, I appreciate your presence here at the General Seti, Sarah Soon Seti YouTube page. Continue to engage, continue to advance. That's right, family. The General got a new teachable website up. We're going to be uploading a lot of dynamic curriculum, courses, and programs. The first up, 25 steps to the redemption of definitive black manhood for the brothers who need that guidance, is a powerful, powerful curriculum designed by the General himself. I know the questions, and I got all the answers. They powerful, powerful solutions to the problems of the black man today. I want you to get on over there, check it out. We got the Brother of Heru roundtable live stream for the brothers once a week, where we sit down and discuss information pertinent to our growth and development. I want you to check it out, family. There's nothing like it on the planet. General Seti Teachable. Hit that link and get on over there and check it out. Ring the alarm. KingSeti.com online marketplace official. General Sarasu Seti DVD lectures, t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, African and Kemetic jewelry, holistic tonics and remedies, home decor, accessories for every room in the house. I got something for your family. Check it out. Catalog. Get a discount. Shop and save and shop. Pull the fire alarm. GeneralSeti.com. Seti University. Over 2,500 videos, 40 different subjects. All the subjects that you know and love from the General. Plus, we got the Grandmaster Teachers. There's not another website nowhere on the planet that could compare or compete. I want you to become a member today. Everybody knows Seti got the pop in his page on Patreon by far. You get a chance to see the General go live. 500 exclusive live streams. They're waiting on you. 5 different levels. Even if you start at the beginning, you got a treasure chest waiting on you, family. Get on over there. And we got that 8-part series to the Code of Saturn. If you're into the occult, esoterical knowledge, this is mind-blowing. Buckle in, because you ain't gonna never witness no greatness on this level ever again. That's right, family. To all those that donate to the General, I thank you. I appreciate you. If you want to donate to the hard-working General, link on the screen. It's in the chat. It's in the video description. Click it, donate, and I thank you and I appreciate you. Make sure you subscribe to all my YouTube channels, King Seti, General Seti, Sarah Soon Seti. Rock that notification bell. Get a video a thumbs up. Like it because you love it. Share it with your family and friends. And comment. Just don't say nothing stupid, because I will ban your ass. All right. Why the Federal Reserve is hands off for Donald Trump. What's his name? Elon Musk rat. Yeah, Musty Elon out there, you understand, cutting all the departments. You see, so they can put half the goddamn economy of the United States in their goddamn pockets. Yeah, but you hear him talking about overhauling the FBI, overhauling the Secret Service, overhauling the Department of Education, overhauling every goddamn thing, Social Security, overhauling that. You don't hear him talking about overhauling that Federal Reserve. No, you don't hear him talking about, because he know good and goddamn well what would have happened to him if he tried. You see, that's all. There's hands off, and he know good and goddamn well he fuck with that. He gonna have the the elite of this world come down on him so goddamn hard. You understand? You ain't gonna even know it was ever a Donald Trump. They gonna erase his ass from the annals of history. You see, but that ain't no, because he's with the team. You see, he's with the team. Okay, and I keep running this down to y'all and I don't want you to misunderstand me when I tell you these things. A lot of people out there, they so foolish. They so foolish. They think that what they read in the history book, you understand, they read what they read in school and shit. That's the way, you know, that everything is laid out. That's the truth. And the reality is that the history book is a book of myths, and the book of mythology is the real goddamn history. You just got to have the keys to unlock the parables, and you know, and pull back the veil so you can see it. But when we start talking about the code of Saturn, and we're going to be talking about this deeply because it manifests itself under different names. It can manifest, you know, it manifests itself under the Knights Templar. It manifests itself under the Federal Reserve. It manifests itself under the City of London. Okay, which we know, which we'll be discussing today. A lot of people don't know about the City of London, which is actually the ancient city of Londinium. Okay, this was the one that was established by Rome. Now you got the greater city of London, and then you got the city. They just call it the city. You know, the square mile. They call it square mile. You know, and this is actually where the Rome is established. Londinium is majority of what I believe what they call the city of London fit right inside Londinium. And actually, when you go there, you can see parts of the Roman wall and many other some temples was there. And a lot of people got to understand when you see it's actual temples. So when people don't understand that Britannia or Britain was an actual colony of Rome, people don't understand that, and that these same people came over here and established this nation right here that you call the United States, which is a corporation. You see, which is a subsidiary of an even bigger corporation. You see, of an even bigger corporation. We got to look at that for what it is. You know, the Federal Reserve is not even controlled by the government, I don't believe. You see, they do their own goddamn thing. They set their own rates. They print the money. They do that. They print the money. And so they damn near doing this all the way around the earth. See, this is the cult of Saturn. Get out of the you know, you in ancient Rome, the print, the minting of the coins, is the Temple of Saturn. This is where the treasury was held. So the Temple of Saturn was the Federal Reserve, the Bank of England, the Rothschild Bank in the ancient world. That's all you have to understand. Get out the lightning, motherfucker, throwing a lightning bolt. You know what I'm saying? Quit thing, you know, you motherfucker. You know, when I say the call to Saturn, you envision a motherfucker in the middle of a volcano with a goddamn mallet and an anvil, making goddamn spears for the gods and shit, and this, that, and the third, and that's allegorical. But you get out of that. So when you understand that Saturn was the treasury, you know, he was the god of abundance. He was the god of the golden age of the Romans. See, you got Chronos. Even though they say Chronos and Saturn, they equate, but there's some differences between Chronos and Saturn. You know, Chronos is the god that ate his own children, and that's one of the aspects that we still have to deal with. Even though Saturn didn't necessarily possess that mythology, that's who they say he equated to in the Greek pantheon. Chronos, the crown. And that's another thing about the city of London it is, it is run by the crown, and it's not Elizabeth, it's not Charles. That don't have nothing to do with them. The crown is this elite group, the code of Saturn. You understand what I'm saying? You can call them Illuminati, you can call them Freemasons, you can call them whatever you choose, and they the ones, and right there in that city, that little small area, they got all the international banking, but I'm gonna stick to the older part of it, which is the city of Londinium, when they first established that. The Romans, and and at that time, Saturnalia was practiced in Britain. I just want y'all, and Saturn as a god was worshipped in Britain, and y'all still worshiping to this day, Saturday, Saturn's Day, which is the Sabbath. Listen to me. The Sabbath of the so-called Jew. You see, and that's why ancient writers equated the Jews with Saturn, because they venerated their Sabbath, Shabbat, on the day of Saturn. And so they equated the energy of Saturn with the Jewish people. You see, and they said that, and most people look at Saturn from the European perspective as a volatile planet. Okay, just, that don't mean that African people, black people looked at it, but we talking about from their perspective. Okay, and so in that city of Londinium, London, you got all the bank, and the Rothschild Bank is still there. When you look at London, people think it's London. When you look at the new downtown of London, all them skyscrapers, that's not London. That's the city of London. Where you see them skyscrapers over there, that's not London. That's the city of London. That's Londinium. They got their own rules and regulations. They are a nation within a nation. They just like the Vatican City. That's how they is. They just like the Vatican. You got the Lord Mayor. He's in charge of it. And the headquarters of the Bank of England is right there in the city of London. That's where it's located. Okay, the bank, that's Saturn. That's the treasury. That's where the printing and of the money, the minting of the coins and this, that. And so he, just like Rothschild say, whoever controls the money controls the nation. And he said, I control the money. So that sums it up. That's who they was. That's what the cult of Saturn is. And they manifested themselves in many different forms. The Knights Templar was a cult of Saturn. They did realize this. They do the same thing. It's like a time capsule. They do the same shit, and then it comes to a head. That's just like the Knights Templar. And we're going to talk about that more in depth. They control so much of the money, loaning, you know what I'm saying, for wars. They did the same shit that the Rothschilds did, loaning out money for wars, loaning the wealthy money. They had the goddamn king of France owed them so much goddamn money, he threw charges on their ass just so he can knock them off and get them out the way. He asked them to forgive his debt, and they would not forget his debt. And they threw trumped up charges. I don't know if they were trumped up, but he hadn't thrown no charges on them until they denied, washing away his debt. And when they didn't wash away his debt, he threw charges on them and knocked them off. You got the, and the rest. They put their grandmaster, all their ass to, and set them on fire. You know what I'm saying? Set them on fire. And many of them got away. They had stashes all over the goddamn planet. You know what I'm saying? But, the main core of them, the grandmasters, some of the, the ones that was in France and other areas. But I think in France particularly, and I had to go back and study that. I don't know if France had control over the Pope at that time or not. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all know that France had kidnapped the Pope. Yeah, they had kidnapped the Pope and they had moved, the capital of the Catholic Church from the Vatican to goddamn France. Did y'all know that? Yeah, for a while, France had kidnapped the goddamn Pope. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. That's motherfuckers don't know. Yeah, they had not kidnapped. I don't know how long he was there. I don't know if it was one pope or maybe 2 or 3 popes. I don't know, but they had kidnapped the pope, the seat of the pope, and it was in France. So I don't know. They did the king of France get the pope to outlaw the Knights Templar, and then that's what gave him like a warrant, the ability to go in there and set them on fire, but they got away. Now, in Londinium, in the city of London, they got the church or the temple. Yeah, with a Knights Temple, and they got them buried. I believe it was in, what was the name of that movie with, what's that movie? God damn it. What's that motherfucker to play Forrest Gump? And then he was over there and, he was studying the signs and symbols of the Catholic Church. And he was looking for the Holy Grail and shit over there. What's the name of that movie? Tom Hanks. Yeah, Tom Hanks. That's right, Tom Hanks. What's the name of that movie? Not Total, no, you gonna put Total because now the Da Vinci Code. All right, big guy. He know I always be asking about the goddamn. Well, he put it there. He put it in that goddamn movie. No, it was the Da Vinci Code. Yeah, it was but in that, in that one, the temple of the church where they had the images of the Knights Templar and they burials was made of, they had stone sarcophaguses and they was right there in the and they was made into the floor of the church. You see, that's the church of the church of the temple, the Knights Templar. That right there, it took place in the city of London. You see, and so, but D.C., Washington D.C. is no different. It's a country within a country. It has its own rules and regulations outside of the rest of the nation. No different than the Vatican City. And so all of this is tied in, and the overlords of all of it, they say it's the Pope. They say, you got some that say it's the Pope, but we know it's operating interchangeably. There's no doubt about it. It's operating interchangeably. Some people say it's the Pope. Some people say it's even higher up than that. You see, some people say it's even higher up than that. But that's why they don't fuck with that damn, because you had 2 presidents that talked about doing away with the Federal Reserve, printing their own money, America printing its own money, going back to the dollar, back, the gold back dollar, and they got rid of both of them. That was Abraham Lincoln and that was JFK. And they both came up, you understand what I'm saying, missing in action. That's the Black Pope, the Jesuit. But that's Francis. People don't know. He wasn't the Black Pope, but he was the first Jesuit that was made into a pope. The first time in history. But see, and stay with me, family. We just getting started. I want y'all to hit that subscribe button. I want you to hit that subscribe button right now. We're going to come back. We're going to talk about it in deeper detail in why the Knights Templar and the Jewish community of Europe, they endured the same fate. They endured the same fate. Both, the Jews dominating banking, dominating it. Goldman Sachs, and some other ones, the Rothschild, Goldman Sachs, and it's some other ones that, I was looking at a video that they talking about. It's some more groups that they, Anton LaVey, call him the Black Pope. Anton LaVey, they'll squash him. Yeah, he mow book. He need a grimoire or something. These motherfuckers don't need no grimoire. They got them MX missiles and shit. You know what I'm saying? So that black pope there, he the little black pope. He ain't even black. I don't even we can't even get no Cro-Magnon Neanderthal. They'd even get that title. Shit, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm that motherfucker ain't black shit. Yeah, Anton LaVey is a little crazy Cro-Magnon Neanderthal. You understand what I'm saying? On that meth and up in there doing all them crazy ass rituals. And that's why his ass died the way he died. And all the rest of them, Pars, which is what that motherfucker name, whatever Pars and shit, he was in there blowing up shit and the motherfucker doing the cultism and the, what was that motherfucker? Jack Parson. Yeah, Jack Parson. Motherfucker in there making all type of bombs and shit. They went in there one day and that motherfucker, I guess the ritual went bad. They found one of his head in one room, half his torso in the other motherfucking room. Yeah, y'all didn't know that? Motherfucker was an occultist that made the United States rocket systems. They wouldn't even have jet engines and shit. This motherfucker, Jack Parson, who was a student of Aleister Crowley, created the United States rocket system, jet propulsion and shit. This is facts. This is not a joke. And while he was doing that, the motherfucker, they say he was experimenting in his house and some shit blew up. And the motherfucker, they found half the motherfucker outside in the front. They found the motherfucker head in the kitchen and a leg out there in the backyard. Ron L. Hubbard went out to California to fuck with Jack Parsons. Jack Parsons was actually Aleister Crowley's man in California. That's who it was really. And so Ron L. Hubbard went out there to steal his game. That's what he did. He laid up under him and stayed in there. Even got away with his wife. Took his wife from him, took his goddamn boat, sailed off into the sunset with Jack Parsons' wife, his money, and robbed the shit out of Jack Parsons. Yeah, Ron L. Hubbard. That just show you all them motherfuckers, they legacy is fucked up. Firefly, you say yeah? Yeah, he was in Cali. Yeah, Jack Parsons. That's where he was headquartered at. You know, he was the head of the what was Aleister Crowley's the OC some shit. Temple of Orentis some shit. But he was the head of Aleister Crowley's temple out there in California. I forget what area he was in. But anyway, I'm coming right, black family. Don't you go nowhere. OTO, that's right, the OTO. The Lima. That wicked Thelema. That shit that motherfucker Aleister Crowley and shit. Oh, don't you dare fuck with it. This is General Sarasun Seti. I want you, hey, I know y'all on here. I'm about to come right back with that fire. Y'all see that nice Templar when I'm coming right black. Don't you dare touch this shit. And we're going to talk about, Donald Trump being a member of the Code of Saturn. We got the facts. We're going to put nothing but the fire down for the family. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Share with your family and friends. Arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beast daily. Liberation through African education and confrontation. Black power.